like building AI agents for companies and like scaling businesses. Like I barely graduated high school.
How important would you say like having systems and SOPs and then integrating the automations and the AI? How important is that?
Yeah, because you can automate things through SOPs. You can automate things out with AI agents, teams of AI agents. So an example is Klarna, for example, the payments company. They started testing out AI agents with their customer service. And they found that the AI agents had 85% better customer service satisfaction than the humans that they were using. Within a week, they fired 70 people in their company.
I want to know, bro, is there anything that you're afraid of or anything that scares you?
I've been saying this since high school, and I would be a little bit dramatic with it, where I'd say like if I could fast forward into the future and I could see myself at 40, 50, 60 years old, and I'm just a regular Joe commuting to work, 9-to-5 job, put a bullet in my head. Like I mentioned it earlier, but the greatest hell to me is like living in a state of unfulfilled potential.
Hey, y'all, listen, welcome back to the podcast. We got another amazing episode for you guys tonight. This one's cool because today's host, he's talking systems, we're talking marketing, we're talking operations. One of my favorite things is marketing because what a lot of people kind of like overcomplicate it, it's really just relationship building, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about his experience, his business, what he got going on, but we're going to bring you a lot of value on today's episode. Tyler, Lelu, welcome to the podcast, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about this one for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, we had Trevor on, we had Kane on.
My brother.
And I know y'all work together.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you spend a lot of time behind the scenes, but then also in critical positions, because marketing is really what it's all about at the end of the day. And this is one of your first podcasts.
Yes, sir.
Which is pretty dope.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So we gotta have a lot of fun. So let's talk a little bit about like your story a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How'd you find yourself doing what you're doing now?
So I've always been, like you said, the person behind the scenes. So a lot of companies I've worked at, even the companies I would be, the 10th person down the totem pole. By the time I left those companies, I was always number 2, number 3, because I'm an A player, right? So I treat my little sphere within a company as my own company. And an A player always recognizes another A player. And anytime I'm in those organizations, I have a good eye for hustle. I have a good eye for other A players. I also have a good eye for where businesses are inefficient, right? So I'll come into an organization, I can see, okay, this can be templatized, this can be systemized out, this can be automated through, AI or automations or whatever. And then it got to a point where I started partnering with other people, like my brother Trevor, my brother Kane, my brother Stefan, and we all have our own offers, but their offers are also, combined with mine as well. And then it got to a point where I just started my own offer and we partnered with other businesses. And I was working at a lot of marketing agencies and I started realizing the kind of inefficiency in the traditional marketing agency offer. So what would happen would be a client would come in, right? They would treat you super special, in the beginning. And after a couple months, they would pass you off to a junior account manager, maybe someone that just got out of college that doesn't really know what they're doing. Of course, after a few months, the results would start to drop and then the client would churn out. So what we did is like we would come in on a 3-month basis where we would, identify where the bottlenecks and the constraints in your business are. And we would come in, we would scale your business. And then after 3 months, if we want to continue the relationship, we partner with you on, a rev share, a profit share, whatever it is.
I like that. The biggest thing I think there is the systems and the operations, because I think that's what separates, let's say, a starter entrepreneur who ends up really just like creating a job for himself to the entrepreneur that's like focus on building a business. So now they get their time back and they created something that continues to generate revenue for you. You know what I mean? Revenue for them and stuff like that. How did you find yourself? Because you mentioned also like when you work, you know, you kind of like took control of your of your spare and you have that like that A player mindset. Where did that come from?
Honestly, it's mostly just ambition on my part. Like I've always had it. I don't know. Some people can argue, you know, you're born with it. Some people argue, you know, you build it over time. I've always had it. My greatest fear in life is living a life of unfulfilled potential. That's like hell to me. So I've always felt like that. Like I always felt if I come into a business, I always felt like I could get rich off of that business, even if it's not my business. Like I could be the number 2, number 3, the COO, the CMO of that business, and that's how I treated it for a while. And then it got to a point where I would start my own offer. You know, we would partner with other businesses, and I would do the same thing in other businesses, but as my own entity instead of being an employee in their business.
Yeah, bro. It got me thinking back. There were several businesses I started, right? And one of my most successful businesses, I honestly, I feel like all my businesses have been successful because you learn, you know, and I learned a lot. But I think my most successful business was probably before now was probably the clothing company. Because with the clothing company, what we were able to do is generate, you know, we grow 7 figures and we were culturally impactful from like a certain product that we created to like different artists, athletes, celebrities that wore our clothes to us being in video games, you know what I'm saying? Being on ESPN, newspapers, doing collaboration. Like we did a BMX collab, a Mountain Dew collab, a Pepsi collab. We collaborated with this boutique out in Paris. We did all these amazing things, but we didn't have no systems, bro.
All right, y'all, look, I had to interrupt the podcast episode to break down this exciting community that you need to join. Why? Because you're a podcast, you haven't figured out how to monetize. Maybe you're someone that used to be like me, where I didn't really have anyone that can hold me accountable, nor did I have a group that I felt comfortable about, you know what, this is my tribe, I can grow. Well, listen, we put that together.
Podcast school.
I'm teaching you guys monetization secrets, accountability, discipline, how you get better with content. And this is just a group that you want to grow with. Click the link below, join, let's go.
We didn't have no systems, we didn't have no operations. Everything was literally like, and now since I'm so like seasoned with my knowledge at this point, it's kind of crazy how we were able to do all those things. And we had no SOPs, bro. It was like,
The SOPs.
it's like, what we doing today? It's like, we doing it today. Like, what are we doing tomorrow? We doing what we did yesterday again.
Fire
like,
after fire that's getting put out.
We had no SOPs, no processes. You know what I'm saying? We didn't follow no frameworks. We didn't create no frameworks.
Yeah.
We made it extremely hard. So that's why, like, the things that you're sharing, I feel very close to that because it's things that could really like change the trajectory of not only your business but your life,
right? And
then allows you to like scale up and then like replace yourself,
right?
Like Dan Martell talks a lot about it, right? I think it's create, delegate, and then replace. You know what I'm saying? Like he talks a lot about that, and then buying back your time and all of that. How important would you say like having systems and SOPs and then integrating the automations and the AI? How important is that?
It's super important. So, you know, to your point, what you said about Dan Martell, like what happens with a lot of businesses is you get key man risk. So key man risk is if you're the key cog in the machine, you can't remove yourself. Like God forbid you get hit by a bus tomorrow, your family can't sell your business because the business can't run without you.
Yeah.
So that's where, you know, automations, SOPs, all that come in. So my ideal client is like somebody with an online business that has an offer that has proven product market fit, that doesn't have systems in place. They don't have SOPs. They can't automate things out. Maybe they have a bloated team. So like a lot of entrepreneurs, they kind of use it as a signal that they have this big team. So let me preface by saying I'm not talking about like Amazon or Apple. I'm talking about people with like online businesses. If you have a large team, to me, that's a signal that you're running a very inefficient business.
If the team is large.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can automate things through SOPs. You can automate things out with AI agents, teams of AI agents. So an example is Klarna, for example, the payments company. They started testing out AI agents with their customer service. And they found that the AI agents had 85% better customer service satisfaction than the humans that they were using. Within a week, they fired 70 people in their company. Because think about 70 people, even if they're getting paid minimum wage, right? So that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in payroll that you eliminate like that with AI agents or teams of AI agents that do things better, faster, safer. AI agents don't need sick leave. They don't need, breaks. They don't need, they don't take time off. So it's just much more efficient to do it like this. And there's a lot of businesses that, even like local service businesses, like we have electricians that'll come on that they don't know what to do with AI, but they want to be an early adopter. They know AI is going to touch everything. AI is going to touch every component of everyone's life. So what we do with AI is we implement AI into their business, and we help them get 25 times the efficiency in their business through automation, through SOPs, and just automating everything for them.
How long does that take?
How long does it take to build it out?
Yeah. So let's say somebody came on. Let's use me for example. So let's say I got a brand new business. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? No, that's a good example. Brand new business. Great idea, moving and grooving for, let's say, about a month. I got product market fit. I'm making some sales. Mm-hmm. I ain't set up, though, on this brand new business. How long would it take me, if we were working together, to now take no systems, no operations, but we making money, remove the key man risk, and then put something together? How, and it may not even be to the scalability, but it can function, and I can remove myself.
So we try to accomplish it in 90 days.
Okay,
so
that's
we
good.
come in, but we're a little bit different. So me personally, I like to aggressively, I'm a big proponent of speed. So I try to aggressively solve problems. Like one of the biggest things that I see with entrepreneurs and working in marketing for so long is you get to see so many different kinds of entrepreneurs and so many different kinds of business owners. And what I see a lot of are, you have the entrepreneurs like you, like Trevor, like Kane, that are very aggressive. They speed to implementation is very quick. But then you have some business owners that, it takes them a week to get me a piece of content that I send them a script for, and it takes them 2 weeks to film it. And they're just lazy about how they run their business. There's no urgency to how they, operate. So when we come into an organization, we aggressively try to figure out where the constraints are, where the bottlenecks are. So if you were a client of ours, we would say, okay, Brendan, what part of your marketing and sales process is the biggest time suck for you? So for a doctor's office, for example, it could be paperwork. For an online business, it could be, the onboarding and the fulfillment process, maybe the customer service. We figure out what that big time suck is for people, and then we automate it out through AI agents, through automation, through operations.
Bro, you know how people need you, bro?
The ops space is big, so there's a big demand.
Can I buy an operations company? Actually,
there's a big demand. So what we do, we don't call ourselves really a marketing company anymore, because I know you've had Ravi Abuvala on here before. So any big marketer will tell you that a client will hire you to run ads, but when you get into that client's business, you're not just running ads. Like you're looking at their okay, your funnel needs to be rebuilt, your offer needs to be reconstructed. You need a low ticket offer, you need a high ticket offer, you need ascension offers.
I be doing that all the time.
Your LTV is fucked up, your TTV, your time to value is fucked up. Like you get into an organization, you realize that you're essentially becoming a fractional CMO and a fractional COO at that point.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you're like, okay, for me to deliver results to you, you have to pay me to do more than just run your ads. Like I'm basically building your whole business at that point. And so that's why we quit doing the whole kind of just social media marketing, paid ads, Facebook ads. Like we're coming into a business and we're restructuring the whole thing and, making it much more efficient.
Yeah, bro, you need it, bro. How are you marketing? How are y'all marketing?
Marketing ourselves.
Yeah. How are you marketing your business?
So we push a lot of people to our free community.
Okay.
So AI early adopters is our free community. And
What you got in there?
we teach people about the latest,
AI tools?
latest AI tools, different things that we're learning because
Man, send me the link. I'm gonna get in here right now. We gonna put the link
my
on here so
phone's
y'all
on the charger out there, but I got
Okay,
you.
all right. So after, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link below so y'all can get in there
For sure.
for several reasons because y'all is AI early adopters.
Yes, sir.
Y'all need to be an AI early adopter because technology's changing so fast. So AI, tech, crypto, there's just certain things y'all need to know. And if you got a free community with AI resources for free, and do y'all do trainings in there?
Trainings?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a webinar once every week on
Live?
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all listen, click the link below. Y'all need to get in there. I'm telling y'all need to understand this space and y'all don't be afraid of it. And contrary to what people say, it's not gonna take a job from you. It can actually help you make more money because now you can do your job more efficiently, or you can learn more about the technology and then actually get a different position and make way more money. I just had to segue real quick.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys, listen, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you don't have a business and you're a solopreneur, maybe you have a skill set in something and you want to learn how to leverage AI to make your systems and your process more efficient and scale your business, what I need you to do is I need you to click the link below, go to our free school community and join our upcoming webinar this week where we're going to teach you everything you need to know in 2025 about marketing and AI.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. So how are y'all marketing?
So what we found is like we'll market our top of funnel, sending people to the free community. And we have a team of setters and closers. Right now, closers can't be replaced with AI. There's still a relationship aspect that requires a human. But by the end of Q1, all the setters will be replaced by AI.
Yeah.
Conversational AI over the phone, and then also conversational AI through texts and DMs will be completely replaced by AI by the end of Q1. So when they join the community, we ask them a few questions. We get to see, where they are in the life cycle of their business. If they don't have a business, we have an offer for that. We have the solopreneur offer. If they do have a business and they want to make it more efficient and scale it. So our whole thing is like, our sweet spot is like people that are making 20 to 30K a month. We help them scale to six figures.
Yeah.
People that are already making six figures, they likely have a lot of bloat, a lot of operational drag in their business, a lot of areas that can be dialed in and make more efficient. And then we work with those businesses as well. But we bring everybody in at the top of funnel to the free community, and then we sort through them, on the webinar that we have each week.
Yep.
And we also send some people to the funnel. But one of the things I realized, like any marketer will tell you, like marketers are like cockroaches, bro. Any new method that works, they swarm it, they make it saturated, it becomes efficient, and the barrier to entry becomes so low that it doesn't work anymore.
That's true, yeah.
A good example is like Go High Level Funnels. Go High Level Funnels were killing it, early 2024, mid 2023. Depending on your offer, Go High Level Funnels don't convert anymore. Your lead cost is going up, your opt-in rate's going down, your cost per book call is going up. And it just the market becomes so efficient that you can't financially make it work anymore. So one of the things that we did when I first partnered with Trevor was School first came out. Hormozy just invested in School. He started promoting it. I hit Trevor up. I was like, we need to get on School. So we moved our whole operation over to School within the first week that School was going live. Because what happens when these new platforms come on the market, you get eyeball arbitrage. So when Instagram is so saturated, there's billions of people on Instagram, it becomes more and more expensive for you to get the same reach or the same impressions. But when a platform like School comes online, you can DM people on School and they respond right away. Whereas on Instagram, it goes to spam. It's flooded with the people in the inbox.
I remember when Instagram had one folder, bro. They got like 4 now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you DM somebody that doesn't follow you or that doesn't engage with your content regularly, it's going straight to the request folder that nobody's ever going to see.
Yeah, exactly. What are some of the softwares that are available now that, so you mentioned go high level in some instances may not convert, may not work as well as it used to, but what are some of the other softwares that you're noticing in the marketplace? Maybe you may use them, maybe some of them you stop using, or maybe some of you may be using or something that you don't think are as great.
As great?
Yeah.
I know a lot that are great. The ones that
We gotta
aren't
touch
great,
on that too.
the ones that
Yeah.
aren't great, it's gone out of my mind at this point.
There's not like one or two that just kind of like pops in your mind like this ain't even that good.
WordPress, Shopify.
But Shopify the number one. That's the number one software
It's-
for e-com.
It is, but everybody buys shit on Amazon now.
Yeah.
Like even the drop shippers that were making all this money a couple of years ago, if they didn't adapt and they didn't transition over to their own Amazon store, even their own manufacturer. Like I was at a mastermind in Orlando a couple of weeks ago where this guy Perry Belcher, he was talking about in 2025 is going to be the year of robotics and the year of AI agents.
See what I'm saying? Listen, get into the community.
Look, I'll give you multiple business ideas right now. So he said robotics, for example, a jewelry pressing machine, like a machine where you can make your own jewelry.
Yeah.
It's like less than $500. Like you can buy one of those for like $500. You can cast your own jewelry, make your own Amazon store, and then that way you're not paying some distributor in Asia all this money, plus your ad costs, plus your shipping fees. And then by that time, your profit margin squeezed down to zero. So all these kids that have these Airbnbs and Brickle that are showing you their Shopify stores, like that's not their profit. That's their gross revenue.
Yeah.
And so he was talking about that. That's one business idea. Another one would be he has this sorter where it's like these people that sell, so the example that he gave was people that do sourdough bread. Apparently there's a whole niche of people that are into making their own bread.
Yeah, I got it. So one of my friends, she makes bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a whole subset of people that are super into this. So you can buy barrels of like the raw mix of sourdough, and then you can go, there's AI softwares, I can't think of the name right now, but you can go make a packaging for it, put it in a little packaging, buy the barrel in bulk, put it in the packaging. They have a machine that can sort everything for you and like mixes it together for you. Again, the machine is under $700, like $500. Go on Amazon, make your own Amazon store, maybe even put a little bit of ad spend behind it on Amazon. And he was showing the results, and it's like $300,000 a month, $200,000 a month. Another business idea that he gave for 2025, robotics. So there's a few examples that he gave. One was he started a business in Austin, Texas, where he bought this little robot, again, a $700-800 robot. And he created a pool table moving company, because apparently pool tables require 7, 8, 9 people to move it. This robot lifts it up, it inflates this little thing, and it requires one person to move the equivalent of like 20 or 30 pounds. And you move it around, you can move it all out, and you eliminate all of that overhead with this one robot, and your profit margins go through the roof. Another example he gave, these drones that you can buy for $1,000. He takes these drones. There's some people that do it at a bigger level. So these drones scan cattle ranches and they count the cattle, and the drone has AI equipped with it, and it feeds it back to a system that predicts beef prices a quarter in advance, or it monitors the health of the cattle on the cattle ranch. He also said you can take that same drone, you can go sell to golf courses. So golf courses spend millions of dollars a year on irrigation and maintenance. So the drone scans the golf course, and it shows the golf course owners or whoever, how much money they're or how much money they're wasting on, over irrigating this spot or under irrigating this spot or the maintenance on this spot or whatever. And there was we went to this, and he was talking about it, and he's talking about robotics equipped with AI. And he just started spitting off like 30 different business ideas within the first 20 minutes that we were there. And it was like blowing my mind. Even those, those robot dogs that they showed that run on the treadmills, you can buy one of those for like $1,500. And all the use cases for it, like you can sell it to warehouses. It has cameras on it. So warehouses that need security at night, walks around, does security. Even like places that are dangerous for humans to go, disaster relief after a hurricane hits in Florida. The little robot dog will go, identify areas where people are trapped or whatever. What's going on in California right now with the fires?
Yeah.
They're still sending prisoners to like go fight fires in California when they could have 10,000 drones that are connected to satellites, and satellites are monitoring like where fires are starting, and it could feed it back to the drones with the AI, and the drones could just automatically go with like some kind of chemical or water and put the fires out. But we're still doing it in a very inefficient way. So 2025 is going to be the year that like robotics really become more prevalent and like really burst onto the scene. And then it's going to be the same with AI and AI agents.
So we got to find some robotic companies to invest in.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Run
I was
that up,
thinking
bro.
about buying a few robot dogs and just renting them out to people.
Yeah,
And then
so-
like I use the money from one place to buy another robot dog.
Yeah,
and I just get a
that's the-
fleet.
see, that's
I
the
start
thing.
I'm going to Turo
Look,
out my robot dogs,
I'm about to listen back to this raw, write all them ideas down,
Right.
and see which one makes the most sense with the least amount of resistance. I think that's dope, bro.
Right.
But you're right. It's like AI, robotics, and it's always some sort of tech factor. Obviously, AI and robotics is tech, but something definitely in tech for sure. And then money, bro. Like digital money. Like that's definitely gonna be like y'all have to get with any or all of this information. You know what I'm saying? Or something that's cool is like if you got a running mate or you got a group of friends or you got a like a family, or maybe you and your shorty, or your partner, y'all are kind of locked in. One person can learn something, the other person can learn something else, and y'all can just bring it together.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people, like that whole partnership thing is underutilized, or people are just in, let's say, relationships for no reason. It's with no like purpose, no direction. You know,
100%.
if I had a girl right now, that's literally what I would say. Hey, listen, 2025, what do you want to accomplish? Okay, this is what I want to accomplish. Okay, cool. This is obviously the vision. You go learn that. I'm gonna go learn this. Let's come back in 60 days. Let's make it shake.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could change a lot. I mean, or you could just do it with your homies, whatever the case may be. But like getting access to that, like if y'all listening to this or watching this right now, take one of the ideas that he literally just shared. Look that joint up on YouTube. Go put that in ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? Get some real numbers. Figure out like which one can solve a problem, or which one you can actually get access to fast. If you heard some of the other podcasts, like with his partners, Kane and Trevor, they was talking about getting access to credit. So if you got access to credit, a lot of the things he was saying that might be $500, $300, $700, $1,500. You might not have the money. You could leverage that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got some time. You can figure it out. Go solve a problem. Make that money back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you get me excited, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I like going to masterminds. That's why I like coming places here.
Yeah.
Your boy out there that I met, Peter Parker, that's got the
Bimbo
Lincoln Bio system with the black card.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Like all those types of people, bro. Like I love surrounding myself with those types of people because you can throw ideas like this out. This guy will be like, yo, I know this, software engineer.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me build. He's got the backpack company. He partnered with the dude that has the patent for the backpack company.
Yeah.
Like your network is your net worth, bro. That's why I love, surrounding myself with other A players, with other entrepreneurs, because you can bounce ideas off each other and then you can make something shake,
All right, man. So you told me you was going to go deep earlier, so we're going to go deep.
Let's go.
All right, man. So outside of what you're doing, marketing, systems, automation,
Mm-hmm.
what are you like? So business aside, walk me through a day.
My day, I wake up and I get to work, man. People ask me like what I do for a hobby, what I do for fun. Like building businesses is fun to me. Like,
So you ain't got no turn off.
nah.
You want to go to the gym?
Gym for sure, but I go to the gym. Fitness is just another it's a adjacent to business.
I would say that, yeah.
I work out for mental. I don't work out for a certain kind of physique. I don't want to look a certain way. Like I work out to in a way that makes me feel the best. So I do intermittent fasting. I do a lot of cardio.
You don't go on no vacations?
Keep my heart rate low. I try to go on vacations maybe once a year or so, but it's not something I look forward to.
So what's your turn off, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't.
You don't got no turn off. Okay, so when your cup is low and you got to fill it back up, there's nothing that you just enjoy doing.
Not really, bro.
You need something, bro.
Not really.
You need something.
Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work.
You got a
bro.
lady?
Yeah.
So not her?
Yeah, we hang out. We hang out. She complains about all the business calls that I'm on while we hang out.
Listen, bro. Spend some more time with her. You don't want to lose her, bro.
I know.
I love her. You know what I'm saying? Give her a day. Give it two, 3 days a week. Yeah. I mean, 2 or 3 days a month or something, bro. That was actually pretty funny, actually. What's your story though on the inside? Like, what are some of the obstacles you went through? Like, I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what? We're gonna make it fun. Ask me a question.
Ask you a question?
Yeah, ask me a deep question because I'm gonna bring it back to you. Ask me something you want to know. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna peel it back a little bit.
I'm a student in psychology. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people. So
okay,
anybody that's built something as successful as you've built has gone through major trials and tribulations, most likely in their life. Most likely it's happened in your teens or your early 20s. So I would say, like, what's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome prior to you getting on the path of self-development and entrepreneurship?
I think he's destined for a podcast, y'all. For me, I mean, I've had a bunch of, I guess, obstacles or whatever, but if we had to say the biggest was just like enduring multiple deaths from like my loved ones.
Yeah.
Multiple deaths, like mom, dad, grandmoms, one of my brothers, both my great grandmoms, my uncle, my aunt, you know what I'm saying? So I went through, and one of my best friends. So I went through all of that death when I was younger. And it got to the point where I was going to funerals, super numb, and just waiting for the recession. Not the recession. The what was it called? Waiting for the after part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wait for the after part so I can eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it was like,
that's crazy.
It was like, all right, bro, let's get in here. Hurry up! I'm trying to get this chicken. You know what I'm saying? This is before I was vegan. Like I'm trying to, because the food was always good. So I was like, let's hurry up and just get this food. So that's probably like the biggest thing. So that's why now, that's a great question. So what was some of the pain and obstacles or just experiences that may have happened in your life that helped to shape who you are, your mindset, your growth, the vision you have, and the energy to go after and get it?
For me, it happened a little bit different than a lot of people. So my early childhood, I would say I was privileged. So my parents were in real estate at the right time. So they were in, Florida real estate in the mid to late 90s was booming. They got into real estate. We moved to Florida, and I'm an only child also. So, this maybe ties into it because my mom my whole life has told me, I'm a rainbow baby, miracle baby, something, because the doctor told my mom she couldn't have kids. She had multiple miscarriages before me. Then I came along, and then my whole life I was told I'm a miracle baby. But my whole life from childhood up until about high school, I would say we weren't rich, but we were like middle class, upper middle class.
So he was rich. He was rich, y'all.
Class.
He was rich. So if I went to your crib, if I went to your house,
we had a water bed in our house. If you had a water bed in your house in the 90s,
how many bedrooms was it?
It was like 3 bedrooms.
You have a backyard?
Yeah.
You have a driveway?
We had bunny rabbits.
He was rich. He was rich. Okay.
Yeah. So I experienced that, but that comes with its own kind of downsides and trials and tribulations. Because when you have a kid that's privileged like that, they don't learn sacrifice, they don't learn work ethic, they don't learn how to stick with something long enough to get good at it.
That's true.
So my whole childhood, that's what it was. Like I always played sports. I was good at sports. My dad had me playing sports since I could walk. But but I never stuck with it long enough to get good enough at it because I didn't have that discipline in me. But then once I got to high school age, the recession happened. So the real estate market crashed. And it seemed like overnight, my parents went from upper middle class to my mom was going to the food bank to get like expired food for us to eat. Like my parents had to, my dad has like plates in his back, and my parents had to, get rid of pain medication to junkies and shit to like keep the lights on. So I experienced like both ends of the spectrum super quickly. And that was as I was reaching adulthood too. So that was like senior year of high school when that happened. And that put me on a weird path because like my early adulthood, I would say from 18 to like 23, 24, I was on the wrong side of the law. I was a straight criminal.
Yeah, see, we getting deep. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Miracle baby going in right now.
You look at talking about right now, like I'm talking like building AI agents for companies and like scaling businesses. Like I barely graduated high school. Like, so there's no excuse for other people.
So you went from stealing AI agents to building AI agents.
Right. Yeah, but no, it took me failing and getting in trouble a few times.
So were you locked up? You was in jail?
A few times. Yeah.
What were you locked up for?
Thefts.
See, I knew he was stealing the AI.
Resisting arrest. Like there's a few situations, man, that I got caught up in.
So you got a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you know what's interesting? So I got locked up too once though, but I got locked up with some dumb shit, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
It's always some dumb shit.
Shout out to the great state of New York, bro.
It's always some dumb shit.
2012 in New York, I drove my whip, parking ticket.
Yeah.
Didn't pay it, forgot about it, went back to Boston. 2 years later, I come to New York 2014. We're doing a photo shoot for the clothing company. On the way back to Boston, New York, they probably still do this, but they set up like speed traps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they just block a street off, and if you drive down it, they check in your car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they check my car, or before they check the car, license registration. They pull my license. I got a warrant, right, for a parking ticket. So I'm like, bro, can I just pay it? Like,
you issue warrants for parking tickets
in New York.
Damn.
So I'm like, yo, can I just pay this? You can't. I don't. There wasn't Apple Pay back then. But I'm like, you ain't got the little machine. I could just swipe. Like, you're gonna take me to jail.
That's
so I
crazy.
spent 18 hours in Central Bookings. I slept on a sandwich.
I slept on a sandwich too.
Hey,
bro.
shout out to the sandwich sleepers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I slept on a sandwich because I want my head to be on that bench.
Yeah.
And I needed to sleep, so I needed something soft. So shout out to the sandwich.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, bro, they brought me up to the judge. This dude was like, all right, man. So we're gonna give you 90 days to pay this. So what was the point?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So you arrest me for a ticket that's 2 years old. So you wasting resources. Then you bring me in jail for 18 hours, waste more resources.
Yeah.
Then you bring me upstairs and you tell me I got 90 days to pay a ticket.
Yeah.
What's the point? You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that.
So I didn't learn my lesson though. I still got tickets after that.
No, my thing was like the turning point for me was because I sold weed back before weed was legal everywhere. And even back then, I was entrepreneurial with it. So I had my own little bags I would put it in and shit.
So you had the miracle magic back then.
Yeah, deliver it to people. But the bad thing about delivering it to people is just you get pulled over and you're done.
Yo, that's crazy. So he had a brand before it was fashionable. And you were doing delivery before delivery became a real thing.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. And then I was sitting in there in the cell and I'm like looking across and I'm seeing these dudes they look like they're 60, but they're probably like 30 something. They're just worn out by life. And I'm just looking at them. I'm like, damn, like this is me.
This ain't it. Yeah.
This is me in the future right now. If like I stay on the path that I'm on, this is me. So after that situation, I, made it a point to kind of turn things around. I started reading a lot. I figured, you have to have some kind of code that you live by. Yeah. I didn't really have that with religion. I found that with stoicism. So I started reading a lot of books on stoicism, Ryan Holiday's series. The obstacle is the way. I started with that. Ego is the enemy. Stillness is the key. I started reading all these books. And it just set me on a path where I just started networking with people. I've met some people that were starting a web design company in 2015. This is back before businesses had websites. You could go door to door and sell a business, a WordPress website. And that's what we were doing. And that was like my first successful co-founded kind of company. And then from there, it was kind of a trajectory where the momentum just built.
So what's something that inspires you now? You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing a lot. I think a lot of stuff that you're doing is definitely affecting and changing a lot of people's lives and helping a lot of people and helping a lot of businesses. And it kind of seems like that's something that you're passionate about. Plus, you're learning about future things that most people aren't going to grasp until a couple years later. You know what I'm saying? Like getting that, getting access to the AI, talking about the robotics. These are things that are probably like, let's say 3 to 7 years, ahead of like the average citizen in the country. You know what I'm saying? So what are some of the things that inspire you to kind of keep going on your path and like, why do you do what you do?
One of the biggest things for me is just manifesting something. So if I see something that I want, or there's a certain situation that I want to be in, or a certain type of crowd that I want to surround myself with, building something that allows me to manifest myself in that situation is an amazing feeling. Like the apartment that I live in now, the condo that I live in Tampa, is like my dream apartment, high rise in downtown Tampa. Every morning when I wake up there, it's just like instant gratitude. It's like I manifested this. Like I really made this happen. That's one thing. The second thing is helping my parents out. So they never really recovered from the recession. My mom got into like drinking. She ended up with a cancer situation, and then she's been recovering. She's in remission now. But all of that came from the financial pressure that the recession, put on them. So helping them out of their situation is a big motivation for me. And then also just, growing with the team around you, like building a team of people that you're getting money with, you're building something with. That's something that's super fulfilling to me, and something I'm super grateful for.
I like that, bro, because I'm feeling like it's something that is really like near and dear to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, this is your first podcast, but I know you probably watched a bunch of podcasts. So sometimes people just be full of shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I watch podcasts like Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
That's up on my TV, YouTube podcasts. That's all I do.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Like sometimes you do have to be dramatic and entertain and say some shit.
Yeah.
But like, I really feel like you mean that. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that's at the precipice of like what motivates you. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. That like I can really tell that with that you're genuine with it. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all are watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, y'all definitely got to start learning more about what Tyler got going on, because I mean he's coming at it from a real genuine perspective. So I want to know, bro, is there anything that you're afraid of, or anything that scares you? And it could be on a personal side, maybe business, or just in general.
I've been saying this since high school, and I would be a little bit dramatic with it, where I'd say like if I could fast forward into the future and I could see myself at 40, 50, 60 years old, and I'm just a regular Joe commuting to work, 9-to-5 job, put a bullet in my head. Like I mentioned it earlier, but the greatest hell to me is like living in a state of unfulfilled potential. Like to me, that's my biggest fear. Snakes, heights, I'll jump out of an airplane. I don't give a fuck. But living in
punching a clock.
Living in a state of like unfulfilled potential, where it's like, you got greatness in you and you're not pursuing it. You're not even trying. Like that to me is my greatest fear.
I would agree with you, bro. Because this is the thing. Before I would think that I would rather like do my own thing and like barely make it than work for someone and make a decent living,
For sure.
right? But the thing is this, nowadays, you don't have to barely make it.
There's
Like
no
you
excuse
could
now.
really crush the
Yeah.
motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is like believe in yourself, right? So I shared on a previous podcast. I'm gonna read this to you, and I'm just curious what you think, because I think this kind of goes back to what you just said, right? So I had a friend, right? A friend texted me today, and this is a situation, and I'll read it to you. He's been working for someone, and now he wants to do his own thing, right?
Mhm.
So this is a message that he sent, and I want to get your response to it. He asked me this. How do you approach making decisions career-wise? I've been with this company for 16 years. I feel kind of run down. I feel like I've gotten everything I can from being here. I don't know what to do.
Even 16 years is crazy. Like our parents' generation, you could get a job as a cashier at Walmart. You could work there for 10, 15, 20 years, work your way up, become a district manager. Maybe you have a few Walmarts now. You're making $100K a year. You can buy a house, whatever. But, for me, I've never held a job for longer than a year, 2 years maybe, because it was a remote job and I was the number 2 person at the company. But after, I look at every job as an I look at everything in life as a learning opportunity. Like I approach life as a student. I try to, at least. Every job is an opportunity for you to learn a specific kind of skill. If you're, a cashier at 7-Eleven, you can figure out how to get better with talking to people. Whatever it is that you do, you can figure out get whatever nuggets you can from that thing and then get out as quick as you can. Like my whole thing, and this is why I gave a lot of credit, to my brother Trevor. I was at a marketing agency. He was a client of ours at the agency. I was the person on his account, and he was always the ones like, yo, let's just come do it with me. He's like, yo, just take the risk, bro. Let's just do it. And I was like, all right, because my whole thing was I was always building my escape plan. Like from the moment I got hired at a place, regardless of how good the job was, and even that marketing agency, like I learned a lot from them. They mentored me. Every job that I've had, a lot of jobs that I've had are like people my age is like dream jobs. Like you go to school for marketing, you get a master's degree in marketing, and you become the CMO at a marketing agency in downtown Tampa. Like that was the dream job for most people. But the moment I got in there, I was like, all right, what am I going to learn? What's my escape plan?
Yeah.
How do I get out of here? So what I would say to him would be like, just figure out whatever skills you acquired within. If you spent 16 years somewhere, you better have acquired some kind of skills in those 16 years, or otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? But figure out what skills you acquired in those 16 years and leverage it into your own thing. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with that. Maybe it's music and you've been working in an office job or something, but just pursue it. Like just do it. You don't have to have it all figured out. That was my biggest problem, and that's why I'm kind of a late bloomer into entrepreneurship. I think in more of a right brain kind of way. I think that was it's good that me and Trevor partnered up, because Trevor's definitely a left brain kind of person. Like he doesn't have to have it figured out. Like it's speed to implementation with him. Like he has an idea and he's going to implement it right away. I think in more of a systems kind of way. Like I have to understand how everything's mapped out. I think in like flow charts almost. Like I have to understand the way everything's mapped out. So that's why we made a good partnership. But for that guy, I would say like you don't have to have it figured out. Like when you start taking steps towards something and you start just taking action on something, the path unfolds. Like you can only connect the dots when you're looking backwards. Like you can't connect the dots when you're in it and you're in the moment. But when you start taking steps towards something, the rest of the path starts to kind of unfold for you.
So what would Tyler right now say to Tyler locked up?
I got amor fati tattooed on me. Amor fati is a Stoic phrase. It means love your fate. So I would say do exactly what you're doing to that person, because I love the good and the bad that's happened to me. Because if your life doesn't have meaning because of the victories that you have. Life has meaning because of the trials and tribulations you've overcome to get to those victories.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change anything about that. I was super self-conscious about the arrest record, and like, especially when I'm going into like a corporate, marketing, I'm going into people's businesses. I need to partner with people. I wanted to hide that for the longest time, but we live in an age now where, it's a creator economy. You can't hide any of that. Even, Wes Watson built his whole brand off of it.
That's part of the marketing, bro.
Yeah.
You like, oh, you was locked up and you could do systems?
Yeah,
That's my guy.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Yeah. That's dope, bro. Listen, man, this was dope, man. I hope y'all got a lot out of this as far as, the importance of systems, SOPs, implementing those in your business, doing that early. Once if you have a business that you're establishing, or maybe you acquired a business potentially and you want to upgrade those systems. I want to touch on marketing really quick before we out of here. 2025, if you had to give some people some marketing gems, some things that they should not ignore, some things that they should do, give me like 3 or 4 of them.
Do not ignore AI. Like, everybody in marketing, everybody's already using AI. They're using ChatGPT to, write captions or whatever. That's the kindergarten level of what's possible right now with AI. With AI, you have intelligent workflows. So you think about workflows with like Zapier or Make.com, how a lead comes into your CRM, it updates you in your Slack channel or Discord or whatever. But now you have AI agents that you can plug into it that are intelligent workflows. So
yeah, that's what I need.
So for example, a lead comes in, it gets that information over to an AI agent who does research on that lead, goes to their social media profiles, figures out who that lead is, it scores the lead, and then it sends it to another agent that will send that lead a personalized message of Brendan's AI clone, like you with, your voice is cloned with 11 Labs, your actual person is cloned with HeyGen, and it sends that person a personalized video of Brendan saying, hey, Jeff, John Smith, whatever their name is, I saw you just opted into my funnel. I'm super excited to meet you. A member of my team's going to be reaching out soon. That's just one example of an AI agent that's a team of AI agents that work together on a specific problem.
So there's a software that I've seen commercials for, and I wonder if it's very similar to what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but they give you like a team of AI. Maybe the AI agents. I gotta look it up, and then
there's a bunch of them. That's one of the reasons.
That's probably what it is. Then
that's one of the reasons we started the free community, is because there's so much noise out there. There's so many different softwares. There's even just for copywriting or research. There's ChatGPT. There's Claude, Perplexity. There's like all these different softwares that you can use. So one of the things we do with the free community is we try to cut through the noise, help people see the forest through the trees, and like figure out this software is good for this. This is good for this. Here's how you connect these two together to create this specific kind of workflow that solves this specific kind of problem in a business.
Got you. So aside from the AI stuff, what's like one more of the marketing thing they should pay attention to?
Another big thing is like paid ads. So if you're running paid ads are kind of like alcohol to a business. So I mean that by like, if you meet a person who seems like a nice guy, but he gets really drunk and he becomes very aggressive or something, like paid ads reveal the weaknesses in a business very quickly. So if I come into a business and I take them from $30K a month to $120,000 a month, that's a 4x increase in volume. With that increase in volume comes a 4x increase in chargebacks, 4x increase in customer service, 4x increase in pressure on your sales team. So it reveals the problems in your business very quickly. And I think a good thing you can do with paid ads to see if you have good product market fit is just to try to run ads. If you see your cost per click is above $3, that means the ad or the top of funnel is not working well. If it's below $2, then they get to the funnel and your opt-in rate is 1%, 2%. That means there's something wrong with the funnel. So if you understand how the metrics work with paid ads, you can identify where the constraints in your business are. If it's an offer problem, if it's a top of funnel problem, if it's a pricing problem, you can identify all of that with paid ads.
I like that, bro. So y'all need to pay attention to AI, and then if you're doing paid ads, make sure you understand the metrics and what's going on. Bro, this was dope, bro.
Yeah,
I learned a lot. I feel like you guys got a lot of value. Where can they go if they want to learn more about how to work with you? They want to get their system set up. Maybe they just want you to kind of give an overview to kind of see what they actually need. Where they need to go for that?
So we do a partnership qualification call with people. So if you want to come in and just kind of give us an idea of like what you do, even if you don't have a business, but you have an idea or maybe a skill set in something, you can go to reactive.ai. Reactive is spelled REACTIIV.ai. If you want to join our free school community, you can go to school.com/AI acquisition school. The actual name of the school is AI Early Adopters.
Bro, listen, again, I had a lot of fun on this one. I love tech, love marketing, learning more about like those AI agents. I'm gonna get on that this week, bro. I'm gonna send you a DM for real.
Can you get us a fleet of robot dogs?
Listen, we gotta get some robot dogs for real. Listen, what I need you guys to do, I need you to follow Tyler, get this information. The link will be below. At the very least, what you need to do is get into that school community, get in there, poke around, get access to the information. There's a lot of information that's available to you, but sometimes the information is scattered. What him and his team did was they took all the information, they correlated it, and they put it right into a school community so you can easily get access. And every single week, they do a webinar so you can attend that. And you can not only get access to information, you'll get a flow, right? So definitely click that link below. Join our free school community. Bro, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
This has been fire. I hope you enjoyed your first podcast.
It was great.
I hope it was memorable.
You're a good podcast host, so you make it good, man. You break the walls down for people.
Yeah.
You make them feel comfortable. So
I was trying to get you. We talked about the business a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. We talked about the personal.
I said we were gonna go deep. I didn't know we were gonna go that.
We
deep,
went deep a little bit. Found out you were a felon for real. You know what I'm saying? My man, look, we both slept on some sandwiches, so that was cool. But then we really brought it home to y'all because we Tyler not only gave you some plays to make bread, but he gave you some information to look up that can really put you guys like on the precipice of like, sometimes when you really want to make money, you got to be like first to market. And there's a lot of us that are like last to market. But I think you shared some really key things that people could that they can research and get access to. Mm-hmm. And if they really apply themselves, they can be first to market and then solve a lot of problems and then make some money this year. And that's what you should be doing in 2025. So again, thanks for being on the podcast. Make sure you guys follow my guy, jump into our free school community, and we'll see you guys on another episode of the podcast.
All right, y'all, look, I had to interrupt the podcast episode to break down this exciting community that you need to join. Why? Because you're a podcast, you haven't figured out how to monetize. Maybe you're someone that used to be like me, where I didn't really have anyone that can hold me accountable, nor did I have a group that I felt comfortable about, this is my tribe, I can grow. Well, listen, we put that together.
Podcast School.
I'm teaching you guys monetization secrets, accountability, discipline, how you get better with content. And this is just a group that you want to grow with. Click the link below, join, let's go. Okay, look, so this is how we're gonna get you more exposure using the pod equals MC square strategy, right? Then we're gonna bring out the air fryer and then connect it to the toaster oven method, right?
I think I wasted my money.
And after we do all this, we're gonna get you 1 million views and millions of subscribers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got you. Let me go get something.
What's this box about? Wow! Bro, what is that?
So we got your long form podcast right here, right? This is long form audio.
Okay, now I'm getting my money's worth.
You got a service to get more exposure, get more views, and get more call to action to get more sales.
Let's go.
This is what you need to do to get more of this. Now do you understand?
I completely get the vibe now. Before, I don't know what you was talking about, but this right here, we're gonna make a lot of money.